A man disappears when investigators say his canoe capsized in a southern Kentucky river. An update on tonight's search.
It's a world of no respect right now.
People in a Lexington neighborhood say a recent deadly shooting there is an example of an ongoing problem, and they're asking for change.
New developments tonight in the investigation into how a child fell into a gorilla exhibit at the Cincinnati Zoo. Why police say they want to question the child's parents.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. It felt more like summer the past week with warm temperatures and a lot of sunshine.
But get ready for some changes, including an increasing chance for some showers and storms. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and your no-wait weather forecast.
Guys, the month of May going out on a very warm note, although the month as a whole was cooler than normal and certainly wetter than normal. We know that one all too well across the entire area. Late evening temperatures, high 60s and low 70s, and we're about a degree or two warmer in many areas than at the same point when we were talking to you last night. Defender Radar Network, though, looks a whole lot like what we had 24 hours ago with nothing across central and eastern Kentucky. Broaden out the view, humid flow coming in out of the western Gulf of Mexico. Look at the clouds, showers and thunderstorms across parts of the Mississippi Valley. That is ahead of our cold front that is on the move and arrives in here over the next couple of days. Hour by hour forecast. Can we get some showers and storms out ahead of that? Watch our timeline. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Some action western Kentucky. But look at that. It begins to weaken by the time it reaches central Kentucky into the middle of tomorrow morning. Then we should track additional rounds of showers and thunderstorms that will lead to a much cooler weather pattern. A brand new hour by hour forecast, guys. It is in. We will look at it together when you join us at 11:13.
Chris, thank you. Tonight, rescue crews are searching for a southern Kentucky man who disappeared when his canoe capsized in a river.
Investigators say the man was in the boat with his son when it flipped tonight in the Rockcastle River along the Laurel-Rockcastle County line. His son made it to safety. Garrett Weimer has the latest on the search and our top story at 11.
The plan was for crews to search as long as they could, then come back in the daylight if they need to. Emergency management officials say they got the call around 6 o'clock. They say a man was canoeing with his 70-year-old father when they hit a tree and their boat capsized. The man told crews he never saw his father resurface. We're told the man walked several miles here to get help. Since then, rescue crews have been searching the river from both sides. Problem is, the boat capsized several miles away and crews had trouble getting there because of rough waters.
We've got the Laurel County EMS and Rescue Squad. They're upriver in a Zodiac and trying to access where the canoe flipped over at. My understanding is there's some rough water and they're trying to get another access to get closer. They actually put in at the I-75 bridges. We're canoeing, going camp tonight, then take out tomorrow.
The son was out here giving reports to investigators from Fish and Wildlife. We're told he walked for hours to get help. He did not want to speak to reporters. At the Rockcastle Laurel County line, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
The Laurel County Emergency Management Director says the missing man is from Eubank.
People living in a Lexington neighborhood say they are fed up and demanding change. They say there's too much crime in Cardinal Valley, and they want the community to do something about it. Just yesterday, a man died after police say someone shot him in a parking lot near Village and Cambridge Drives. An Urban County Council member says she's looking for ways to stop the violence. Monique Blair has the story, new at 11.
It's hard. It's hard out here.
I met LB Tuesday afternoon in the Cardinal Valley neighborhood while he was in the park playing with his son, a park that he says he would never bring his son to after dark because it's just too dangerous. Just yards from where the park sits, a man was found shot early Monday morning. He later died at the hospital.
People not even surprised somebody get killed. They say stuff like, well, I knew it was going to happen over that way sooner or later.
Urban County Councilwoman Peggy Hinton told me today she repeatedly gets calls from people who live in Cardinal Valley saying they fear for their safety.
We're in a world of turmoil, and if we don't start within, we shouldn't be worried about what's happening out in the world because you don't have this together. It's a war itself. waking up every day, fending for your family.
Councilwoman Henson says their concerns are not being ignored. For starters, she wants to work with the apartment complexes in the neighborhood. Councilwoman Henson says one effort to reduce crime in high crime areas such as Cardinal Valley is to teach property managers to put more scrutiny on the application process. LB says first, though, it will take the people who live here to want to make changes before changes can truly happen.
I don't think that people will complain about being able to pull up in their driveway and be all right getting out the car going in the house. I don't think they're going to complain about that.
In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Councilwoman Henson says there is an officer who is assigned specifically to patrolling the Cardinal Valley neighborhood. She also says she is working to bring in more activities for children there. Police have not made any arrests for yesterday's shooting.
New tonight, a busy Pulaski County intersection has reopened after a 4-vehicle crash closed it for hours. It happened late this afternoon at the intersection of highways 914 and 1247 near Somerset. Police say a box truck rear-ended a tractor trailer, and that sparked a chain reaction crash. It also involved a garbage truck and a minivan. They say that one person was airlifted to the hospital. 2 others were taken there by ground ambulance. Their conditions are not known tonight. The intersection reopened about 7 this evening. A 17-year-old Laurel County girl died when police say the ATV she was riding crashed. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says the ATV ran off South Old Whitley County Road last night. Investigators say Shiana Bowles later died at the hospital. They say another 17-year-old who was driving the ATV was injured, but later released from the hospital.
The ATV was going down a hill and came into a left-hand curve. Couldn't make the left-hand curve, traveled over about a 15-foot embankment.
Friends say Shiana owned the ATV. They say recently she had talked about the brakes on the vehicle not working properly. Friends say she would have been a senior at South Laurel High School in the fall.
New tonight, we are learning more about a shooting that injured 2 women in Knox County. Police say 38-year-old Brian Bunch shot the women last night at a home on Bailey Hollow Connector Road. Police later arrested him and charged him with attempted murder. At last check, both women were in critical condition at the University of Tennessee Hospital. A family member of one of the victims says she's shocked by what happened.
She actually has 3 young children. She didn't deserve it, no, by no means.
Police say they still aren't sure what led to the shooting. Bunch did not want to talk from jail today. New tonight, police say they plan to question the parents of a young child who fell into the gorilla exhibit at the Cincinnati Zoo over the weekend.
And zookeepers shot and killed the gorilla who had pulled the child through some water. They say they did that for the child's safety. Jamie Yukas has the update.
Cincinnati police are now investigating the parents of the 3-year-old boy who fell into the Cincinnati Zoo's gorilla exhibit Saturday. Police want to know what they were doing before the boy tumbled into the gorilla habitat.
We, as visitors, have a responsibility to be paying attention, keeping tab on members of our family, not being distracted by technology.
The boy made his way past a 3-foot-high fence and through an additional 4 feet of plants and shrubs before dropping 15 feet into the gorilla habitat. Fearing for the child's life, zookeepers shot and killed the 400-pound gorilla named Harambe. The zoo stands by its decision. It also is defending the child's parents.
I'm not a big finger pointer.
Critics are questioning why the zoo didn't use a tranquilizer dart to spare the gorilla's life. Animal expert Jack Hanna says zookeepers did the right thing.
I'd bet my life, that that child would not have been here today. I guarantee you, with how I know that gorilla already acted, because I saw his face, I saw how he acted.
The boy was treated at a local hospital and released. A federal inspection of the gorilla habitat in April did not find any violations. The exhibit reopens on Saturday. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Cincinnati.
And police say they are not investigating the operations or safety of the zoo. CBS News has learned the mother of the boy has received death threats.
New tonight, Governor Bevin and Attorney General Andy Beshear are attacking each other over Kentucky's decision to join a lawsuit over a federal directive concerning bathrooms. Last week, 11 states sued the federal government over the directive, which says schools should allow transgender students to use the bathroom they identify with. In most of those states, attorneys general made the decisions to join the lawsuit. Kentucky was not part of the lawsuit initially, but Governor Bevin announced 2 days later the state would join it. He said Attorney General Beshear Bashir refused to join, but Bashir claims the governor never talked to him about it.
Ours was a state where our attorney general is busy with a lot of lawsuits, but they seem to be focused on a different front. He's got his reasons for that. It's a little sad. It's kind of a waste of what the purpose of the job is.
At no point did the governor ever consult with us, email us, or ask us for a meeting. And so claiming that I refused to do something he never asked me to do and was reviewing is entirely and totally false.
Bashir also says his office was in the process of reviewing the lawsuit when the governor made the decision to have the state join it.
A Scott County cemetery now facing a lawsuit from the Kentucky Attorney General's office. What the cemetery's owner is accused of not doing in 9 minutes.
And then check your kitchen cabinets why General Mills is recalling about 10 million pounds of flour nationwide.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Coming to an end. What was feeling for many of you out there like a Monday back to work, and Monday that featured more in the way of summertime air. We're flipping the calendar. May, goodbye. You're in your final minutes. We're heading into June. Here's how we're wrapping up the month of May. Defender Radar Network with a quiet view. Wouldn't you know it, a May that is featured, it seems like rain every single day, ending on a dry note, and that's how it's been for the past couple of days. We look ahead. Strong cold front is on the way. Storms will fire out ahead of that, and then we've got cooler air that will come in behind this front. And that front right now is out across the Plain States. Chilly to cool air behind it, humid and warm. Basically summertime out ahead of that, and showers and thunderstorms will begin to increase as we go through the next couple of days. Let's break it down for you. First 3 days of June, tropical feel out there. A storm or two tomorrow afternoon heading into the evening. A little better chance on Thursday with some locally heavy downpours a possibility. Then we go into our Friday with a cold front moving in. A storm or two is still around as conditions begin to cool down a bit. Now, we're going to be probably wanting to cool down after tomorrow. Mid and upper 80s, muggy feel to the air. I'm still looking for that first 90-degree temperature of the year across Kentucky. Haven't had it yet, but tomorrow, if you stay sunny into 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, your thermometer could reach 90 degrees. That chance for a thunderstorm into the afternoon. I mentioned earlier we have a brand new hour-by-hour forecast. Let's hit the fast-forward button, start you out tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Through the day, low and mid 80s already by noon, mid and upper 80s coming tomorrow afternoon. But look at the thunderstorms trying to pop. Certainly better coverage on the storms tomorrow than what we had out there today. Tomorrow night into Thursday. You want to talk about a muggy air mass? Thursday has you covered with some showers and thunderstorms that will go up as the day wears on. Front is right on top of the area as we go into Thursday night and Friday. Look at the difference in temperatures by Friday afternoon. It's upper 70s across most areas, and we may actually push the majority of the shower and thunderstorm action from most of Friday to our south. Then another system will drop in from northwest to southeast early next week, or I should say early this weekend. Now, through early next week, rain totals aren't terribly impressive, but I could see some of us picking up an inch or two as our jet stream takes a big dip across the eastern part of the country. When the jet stream takes a big dip, that will lead to much cooler air across the eastern part of the country. So our little summer fling we've enjoyed for the past week, kind of the anomaly so far for the past month. Remember how cool it was for most of May? All of a sudden we toasted it up a little bit. Now we go into June. Look what happens. As temperatures should start to rise, well, our normal temperatures are into the low and mid 80s by this time. Actual temperatures may struggle into the mid and upper 70s. I will not complain. I like upper 70s.
This weather has been all over the place this last month, if you think about it.
It really has. And over the next few days, we'll likely see some more thunderstorms. Not all-day rains by any means, though.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks, Chris.
You bet, guys.
After decades in business, a Jessamine County business will soon be closing. The reason why in 7 minutes. Today, the Kentucky Attorney General's office filed a lawsuit against a Scott County cemetery and its owner.
Attorney General Andy Bashir says that Cresslawn Cemetery took thousands of dollars from customers for grave markers, but did not install them. He also said the owner, Dale Shackelford, violated Kentucky's Consumer Protection Act by not maintaining the cemetery. People with loved ones buried there say they've been waiting a year for the grave markers.
It's 2016 and we've still yet to see that marker placed. We have a piece of paper with tape on top of the marker in order to know where he's at.
The Scott County Sheriff's Office and the Commonwealth's attorney are both looking into possible criminal charges in this case. Shackelford has owned Crestlawn Cemetery since 2014.
New tonight, General Mills has announced that it's recalling about 10 million pounds of flour. The company says the flour has possibly been linked to an E. coli outbreak in 20 states. The recall covers multiple varieties of flour, including Gold Medal and Signature Kitchens. General Mills says E. coli has not been found in any of its flour products, but the recall is out of an abundance of caution. Investigators say half of the people who got sick used flour before feeling ill. We have more information about the recall at WKYT.com.
Tonight, police are trying to find the people who broke into a couple of Lexington businesses. They say that Missy's Pies and the Black Market in Chevy Chase were both broken into overnight. At Missy's, the burglars didn't get much, but because of the break-in, the store could not sell more than 100 pies that had already been made. Investigators say cash was taken from the Black Market. The store's owner says she will not let the burglary stop her work.
Nope, I'm moving on. I'm not going to let it affect me.
The Black Market reopened late this morning, but Missy's stayed closed today. Owners plan to reopen it tomorrow. Police have not made any arrests.
Tonight, the search continues for a missing Western Kentucky pilot who disappeared more than a day ago. Police say 70-year-old Robert Dalzell Jr. left the Grayson County Airport in a small plane late yesterday morning to fly to Owensboro, but he never made it. Police say cell phone activity last showed him within 5 miles of the Falls of Rough Airport. The Civil Air Patrol and Kentucky Fish and Wildlife have been searching for the missing plane, but have not found it.
You may have driven past it many times. New tonight, a longtime Jessamine County store will soon be going out of business. According to our news partners at the Herald Leader, Carpenter's Dish Barn on US 27 plans to close by July 1st. Owners tell the newspaper they're shutting down because the store is in the way of some planned redevelopment of that Nicholasville bypass area. The Dish Barn has been in business for 60 years. Really can't miss it. It's a huge area with all kinds of things there.
It's always been such a staple as you're going down through there. It'll be missed. Rick Pitino wants to put it all behind him.
Well, the last 8 months have certainly been tough on Pitino and his team. Rick talked about it today, and the 11th Region semifinals decided tonight. Some clutch two-out hitting. The highlights are all next in sports. Rick Pitino holding a news conference and confirming today that the UK U of L game will be played before Christmas. It will be Wednesday night, December 21st at the KFC Yum Center. Pitino touched on several other topics, including the scandal that's gripped his program since last October. U of L imposed penalties on itself, setting out the NCAA tournament and taking away scholarships. Pitino said he does not personally think further penalties will be imposed by the NCAA, but word has yet to come down.
We want to get everything behind us. It was a very difficult year emotionally. It was a very difficult year and disappointment for all of us, and we'd like to put every single thing about this year behind us. And we'd like the past to be, you know, sometimes you cherish the past, and then other times you like to forget the past, and we'd like to forget this past.
Region semifinal baseball. Lexington Catholic, Scott County meeting up in the 11th. Scott County's Trey Binder singles through the right side to score the first run of the game. Bryce Fryman hustling home 1-0 lead in the third. Catholic has the equalizer in the bottom half of the inning. Chris Thompson hits one towards first. A Scott County error allows a run to come in, tied it up 1-1. It would stay tied until the 6th. Ryan Hannibach comes to bat with 2 outs and 1 on, and that one is not coming back. 2-run shot gives Scott County the lead, and they would keep it. Scott County advances with the 6-3 win thanks to a timely 2-out home run.
I hit it, and I thought it was this lazy fly ball to the left fielder, and I thought he was settling under it at the fence. Then I heard everyone cheering, so that's when I knew.
You know, we've been getting that 2-out timely hitting, and that's what it takes to win in postseason. You know, we got that 2-out home run, and you know, just that two-out hitting got it done for us tonight.
Now, Western Hills diving headfirst into the region semifinals, taking on Henry Clay in the nightcap. Blue Devils get on the board first in the first. Cam Dacey doubling to deep left center. Boo Thompson comes around to score 1-0 Henry Clay. The Wolverines answer in the second inning. Tyler Anglin hits it back up the middle. Henry Clay trying to turn the double play, but a throwing error by the shortstop allows a run to score. Game tied 1-1. Western Hills takes the lead back in the third. Landon Arflack singles through the right side, and there's a play at the plate. Thomas Bennett slides under the tag safely. Arflack ending up at second. Western Hills scores 4 in the inning, and Western Hills picks up an impressive 9-1 win. They will face Scott County for the title tomorrow. Rowan County and Greenup County in the 16th region semis, nationally ranked 9th, 1-0 in the 6th. Future Louisville Cardinal Cam Plank changes that with one swing. He got it all, and he knows it. Solo home run, and we are tied 1-1. Later in the 6th, bases loaded for Corey Binion. The comebacker can't be handled, and the go-ahead run scores 2-1 Rowan County. Same score, bottom of the 6th. Jarrett Hunt hits a high chopper to first. That would plate the tying run. It was 2-2. After Rowan County commits an error, the pitch gets away, and the throw to third would sail into left. Tristan Downing scampers on home. Greenup County now goes to 38-1 as they win it by a score of 3-2. Well, he traded in the blue and white for the orange, black, and green. Former Wildcat Kyle Barrett patrolling the outfield now for the Greensboro Grasshoppers. Barrett is adjusting to life as a pro and says playing in the minor leagues is a grind. Barrett missed some time last year in the short season dealing with a broken hand. He says despite playing in the rough and tough SEC, he's still getting used to baseball on a day-to-day basis.
It's just every day, basically. You know, in the SEC, you get that, 3 days a week, but you also get that midweek game in between. This is like that, but you're doing it every single day. So, I mean, it definitely helped me, but I'm not used to seeing that every single day, which is still hard, especially taking that year off. So I'm still trying to deal with that, but it's something I haven't seen before.
And Barrett with a big night tonight. He had 3 hits. Greensboro shuts out the Legends by a score of 3-0. That's sports. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Are those emojis going to be liking the first day of June tomorrow?
Yeah, you know what? They like it because they've got the sunglasses out, but by the late afternoon hours, could be a shower thunderstorm crashing the summer party with a lot of upper 80s. That will show up. Then we focus on the weekend forecast. Never too early to focus on a weekend, especially with temperatures coming down, but still the threat for some rain.
I like those smiling emojis.
Yeah, me too.
Especially for the weekend.
May have to use the raincoat emojis in the next few days, too.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.